Jaime Munguia defeats Bruno Surace and wins via unanimous decision in a career-best performance, in my opinion. And yes, there we go. Jaime Munguia gets revenge in the rematch. And yeah, career-best performance. Fantastic by him, to be honest. He didn't get the knockout I predicted, but he was much better tonight, Jaime Munguia. He timed his moments much better compared to what he normally does. He usually likes to rush in and throw a load of punches, but tonight he timed himself, picked his good explosive moments well, and dominated the majority of the fight. I scored it 117 to 111 to Jaime Munguia. I thought it was close early on, but as it went on, Jaime Munguia just completely took advantage. And yeah, just once it went into the second half of the fight, which I think Munguia wanted to do to try and tire out Bruno Surace, he wanted to just go in there, beat him down brutally to the body. He landed massive body punches today throughout and, in some good, solid, explosive moments. Very well timed as well. He, kept behind that lead hand well, in my opinion, Jaime Munguia. I thought Bruno Surace was good as well. I actually thought Bruno Surace was better than how he performed in the first fight. 100% he was. And that jabber Bruno Surace is very quick, to be honest with you. He's got a very quick jab, which is good to see. But Jaime just outworked him. Jaime out-hustled him. Jaime hit too hard for him. And yeah, it showed in that fight. Munguia was too much of a big puncher for him to be able to deal with. He didn't really like the body shots at all. Munguia was always able to get a good reaction out of Bruno Surace when he hit him to the body. And yeah, bullied him to the end, really, if we're being completely honest. Jaime Munguia did bullied him to the end. And yeah, just set up his moments much better. Really well. He was able to take that front foot, take the initiative, get behind that lead hand, set Surace up onto something, and yeah, bang, come out with some good explosive moments. And it was very good to see from Jaime Munguia. Much better from him compared to usual, where, we just rushed in that first fight. And tonight, he timed himself much better, learned from his mistakes, and it's a career-best performance overall. Technically, it was his best performance. That's the most technically best we've seen Jaime Munguia in his whole career, if we're being completely honest. 100% it is. Yeah, I just think the body shots were good. They mixed in a nicely, took upstairs here and there as well. And yeah, in the end, it's just the volume that won it for Jaime Munguia, and it's just... he was more clever than what Surace was. And I think, the experience played a factor. Jaime Munguia was very good at, just setting up his moments. And that's what you get when you train spar with Canelo. And, that's what you get when you have Eddie as your trainer as well. So, yeah, honestly, much better, and it's very good to see. I like Jaime Munguia. I really wanted him to win tonight, and that's exactly what happened in the end. And, if he had lost, then it was game over for him, really. It was career over. But tonight really puts him back in the mix, and it's a different kind of style from Jaime Munguia. He fought with a game plan tonight, and that's not usually what we see from Jaime Munguia in his fights. He just likes to rush in, or if there is a game plan, it just usually just gets thrown out the window from Jaime Munguia. But Jaime Munguia tonight, he had a game plan, and he went with that for the whole 12 rounds. Got those 12 rounds in, and it's a career-best performance. Set a good pace over 12 rounds. Had a game plan to use over 12 rounds. I don't think Munguia was going for the knockout. I don't think he was going for the finish. I think he wanted to just outclass Bruno Surace, show a good game plan, show he's a different kind of fighter, and just be so much more composed in there. He's learned a lot off Canelo. He's learned a lot off Eddie. And yeah, that's what you get. I mean, when you fight Canelo, you learn quite a bit off him. When you spar him, you're going to learn a lot off him. When you have Eddie as your trainer, who's class, you're going to learn a lot off him and change, and that's exactly what happened. Munguia, he fought Surace in December, and there's very quick improvements made from Jaime Munguia. And I just feel like in the past, it might have been a bit of a lack of discipline from Jaime, because, he just didn't really go from a game plan, but he's now with the right trainer, surround himself with the right people in this camp, and done exactly what he had to do, done exactly what he had and wanted to do, to be honest with you. And Yeah, I thought the straight backhand was good tonight from Jaime Munguia. That was much better, but the hook to the body, the lead hook to the body was, a real proper Pichu punch, to be honest, from Jaime Munguia that he was throwing throughout that fight. And he was just good at being able to pressure Surace and take away, his jab. He was able to take away the straight backhand of Surace that he was able to get some good success with early on in the fight. Munguia was just able to take that away from him in the end, and it was just that pressure. It was him parrying shots. He was good, stayed at mid-range a bit, and then when he went in, he made sure to completely, cut down that gap completely and was able to throw punches from different kinds of awkward angles. That's what we saw tonight from Jaime Munguia. It was much better from him, and that is what we need to see in future fights for him. That's what we need to see in future Jaime Munguia fights. We need to see him up against Hamza Shiraz or Edgar Berlanga. We need to see Munguia up against Caleb Plant possibly. They're what we need to see, in my opinion. So stuff's getting interesting right now. Things are getting interesting. And I'm very glad Jaime Munguia won. I'm very glad he won. There we go. Thank you all for watching. Career best performance. Speak to you on the next one.